Greetings, amigops, and top teners everywhere. It's Mike from Top 10 with Kyle and Mike. I am joined this week, as I am every week, by our lovely, bepoloed, begray undershirted co-host, Kyle. Kyle is joined by a man who has alternately been described as an oonce frat boy douchebag, a new husband, a generous lover, a truly wonderful friend. In fact, he's been described by some as the co-best friend of the two hosts of this podcast. We're joined this evening by the incomparable, the lovely, the Dylan. Dylan is here to talk to us about something. I have no idea what that something is. I think Kyle knows what that thing is. By the end of this episode, after we vigorously debated it, we'll have a definitive top 10 list of that thing. So, boys, what are we talking about this evening?
Hey, guys. Excited to be back on the pod. That was quite the introduction, Mike. I really appreciate it.
All from the heart.
So, yeah. Absolutely. So today we're going to be talking about the top 10 fictional bands that are out there.
Oh, my God. Get out of here. This is a joke. I have not thought of a single one yet. My brain is a little slow, but I know that this is going to be a great list.
It should be noted we just woke Mike up from a deep slumber to do this podcast. So.
It was a deep accidental slumber. The problem was I had turkey tips for dinner, and I think it was the tryptophan.
Yes.
Although Mythbusters did bust that.
That's a real
Mythbusters did bust that. It's the quantity of food, and I did eat way too much.
Well, there you go.
Also, I think I had some bad milk. I was trying to have some tricks, like Trix, the fruity, for kids, the cereal. And I noticed that it tasted like shit. And I think
silly rabbit. They are for kids.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not on my parents' insurance anymore. So
you can't eat
maybe
it.
that's like we cross over that threshold.
Sorry, you're out.
Your taste buds.
So sorry, just smack the bowl out of my hand.
Bitch. Pay taxes.
Man, fuck you. At any rate,
anyway,
while my brain is operating
we've
very
got
slowly
30 minutes to get this podcast done.
Yeah. This basic idea is so lovely that I can't wait.
So this is great because I was working on kind of a tangentially topic idea when you mentioned that you had an idea for the podcast and you told me what it was. So I do know what is coming, but it's perfect because my list was not as good as this one. This is like definitely a better form of what we were talking about. So thank you, Dylan, for saving me from my mediocre idea and supplanting it with this brilliant one.
Well, we'll find out if it's more brilliant or not by the end of this list.
It is. But it means that I do have some, I have done some prep work on this accidentally. So there is that. But do you have any ground rules for this?
Yeah. So as I went through this, I think coming up with the full, the actual names on it was kind of easy, but actually rating them was a little bit difficult. So I kind of rated it a little loosely. A lot of my personal biases in there. So it's really kind of how recognizable they are, how good of a band they are. And those were really the two.
So is it quality of band based on our understanding of their talent, or is it perception of that band in this fictional universe?
Mostly perception.
Oh, terrific question.
Yeah, that is. Mostly perception in the universe.
Okay.
But I think the two kind of go hand in hand sometimes. Although there are a bunch of bands out there, and we'll get to one or two on this list that are not really very good in real life, but are very loved, or vice versa. So we'll get there. I think
I know what you're getting at. I'm excited. This is going to be great.
Okay, the juices are flowing. I'm now thinking of some.
Excellent.
Let me just clarify real quickly. I know we're saying bands, but I presume we're talking musical acts more broadly. So solo artists would be eligible.
Solo artists would be eligible, yes. I'm looking at this list. I don't think I have any solo artists, but they would be eligible.
Okay.
I actually did. I was thinking of one specific performance on about this list, and the rest of the list just got put together from that. And they're really not actually a band, so we'll get to that eventually. Anyway, let's start with number 10 then.
I think that's the best place to start.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. No, coming in at number 10 of Full House fame is Jesse and the Rippers.
Oh!
I cannot believe Jesse and the Rippers is this low. They're a classic band.
They are a classic band. It's you'll see it's a heavy hitters list here. And what I've done as well is I've listed one hit song by them of each of these bands. So
Bravo.
So the hit song from Jesse and the Rippers is April Girls.
April Girls.
April Girls. Now, the funny thing is that Jesse wasn't actually in the band when this song came out.
Was Viper?
I believe it was Viper. I think that was the name. I could not remember the name.
Who's Spider? Wait, who's Spider? Is he's not in the band though?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a few years.
Never mind. Spider is from a different band that I will mention later if you don't.
Okay. I don't think I will.
Okay.
So, April Girls is their hit song. So, long story short, I guess, Jesse was a little upset that he got kicked out of the band, so he started his second band, so we can call this 10A if we wanted to, called Hot Daddy and the Monkey Puppets.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 10A, both of Full House fame.
That's like the Uncle Jesse experiment.
That's right.
Are any of the other...
The Jessies.
Yeah.
Are any of the other members of the Full House members of either of these bands? Or are they just like punk people that Jesse knew from a past life?
Punk people that Jesse knew. That's right.
And they're always rehearsing in the house. What's interesting about Jesse and the Rippers is, as a person who's currently in the market for a wedding band, I think Jesse and the Rippers would be a pretty ideal wedding band because they're a great cover/bar band. Their original material is kind of April Girls is not an insanely memorable song, but their covers of some classics are just fantastic.
They seem like the kind of band that like resists the idea that their way to making a living is being a cover band, and they like push it aside for too long.
Yeah, they lean way too far into their original stuff.
Right.
That's right.
They also feel like one of those. They also feel like one of those bands that has like a standing set every Thursday night at the same kind of local club for like 10 years. And they achieve like reasonable notoriety, but never go beyond it. But they're like a local legend.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Which is kind of why they're at 10 right now. Because they're probably not a very good band. It's been a long time since I've listened to Jesse and the Rippers. But they're fairly well known. Everyone knows Full House at the very least, so.
Would it be fair to put as a 10B the duo of Jesse and Joey when they go into their ad making business and they like make jingles in the basement?
That is 10B.
10B.
I was actually going to ask about that too, because they are great at selling tires and oat boats and all kinds of shit.
Yep.
I mean, they may need to be 10A, and we'll move Hot Daddy and the Monkey Puppets down to 10B.
We'll get to that in re-ranking.
That's right. There's time for that. So yeah, that's number 10.
I can't. We are in for such a great list.
All right, number 9. Number 9 is Dr. Funke's 100% Natural Good Time Family Band Solution of Arrested Development fame.
Can you repeat that very slowly, Dill?
Yes, I can. Dr. Funke's. You gotta have the oolong there.
Oh, I'll add the oolong later.
100% Natural Good Time Family Band Solution. And their hit song, their only song, was the Timasil jingle. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many Arrested Development fans you have out there, but it is a very poorly made jingle about a non-FDA approved drug.
Oh, shut up, Tobias! You're just hopped up on Timasil. So basically, Tobias, it's like Tobias with he might have a guitar and Lindsay has a tambourine.
It's like, yeah.
And maybe it's just there kind of like dancing in the background.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's a guitar. It might be like a mandolin or like a box just with strings on
Yeah,
it.
I'm looking at a photo right now, and Lindsay's holding an instrument that I'm not familiar with. I don't think it's a mandolin, but it's some sort of, like Dylan said, some weird box-shaped instrument with strings.
It's like one of those Kleenex guitars that kids make with a paper towel.
It actually does kind of look like that.
The rubber bands.
Don't.
And then maybe finishes the jingle with all of the disclaimers on the drug, too. The fine print. So, not a very good band, but fairly well known.
Kind of sellouts. I think it's safe to describe Dr. Funke's band as sellouts.
What's important, though, is that Tobias does not realize it. Like, I feel like he thinks that they're really achieving something in terms of musical creativity, whereas everyone else is kind of in on the joke.
Yeah. That was like the best time he had with his family too, which was a little sad, but I mean.
Yeah.
But luckily he has Euphorazine to help him.
Euphorazine.
Don't they, in the episode where they bring this up, don't they bring the band back together?
Back together, yeah. And George Michael is playing the cymbals. That's right.
Excellent pick, Dill. Amazing.
Yeah, that is an excellent pick.
So yeah, that is number 9. Number 8. Number 8 was actually, I had left this band off the list, and new wife, Tatum, made sure that I kept this on the list. Number 8 is School of Rock.
Yeah.
And
I was hoping that this would appear. Do they have a name other than... are they called the School of Rock?
They are the School of Rock.
They're the School of Rock. Yeah, they are. And their hit song, Teacher's Pet.
Yeah. Maybe you just better forget it. So, actually...
Oh, yeah. It's actually a good song.
Yeah, it's a banger. So Spider is from this movie. He's the guy in Jack Black's original band. He wears like that weird leather jacket with just the sleeves. And at the end, he's like doing that weird like undulating dance move while he plays guitar and he hits on Miss Mullins. I'm pretty sure that's Spider.
We're going to get to them.
Oh, my bad.
I forgot it was Spider.
That is Spider.
But yes, that was quite the hip thrusting.
I wish you could see my undulating.
He's slapping some bass.
It's really something.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the internet is comparing Spider to the Adam Levine halftime performance at the Super Bowl.
I don't think he had California tattooed on his chest, though.
But like a similarly delusional like impersonation of sexiness.
Yeah. They, yeah, agreed. They didn't have SpongeBob to help them out, though, unfortunately.
That's true.
Interesting.
Shit.
Gotta write that down.
So this is a pretty epic band. Like, Miranda Cosgrove is a backup singer, right? So she's doing backup vocals.
No, I'm pretty sure that Miranda Cosgrove objects to being put as a groupie and becomes the band's manager. The backup singers are Turkey Sub, and there's 2 others.
It's quite the memory.
Wait, she sings "Memory," all alone in the moon, right?
Yeah,
right.
And he's like,
stop.
Yeah.
Groupie. Yes, I had put this list together, didn't mention them at all, and then Tatum said you need to include School of Rock, so I'm very glad she did.
Yeah, I mean they're a very. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't win Battle of the Bands, but they are really close to, and they're the ones that get called out for an encore. So
that's true, and surprisingly,
also they're
the most shocking thing.
Yep. And we know they're very talented because as the parents are in the crowd watching the performance, Lawrence's dad says to what's the other kid's name? The guitar.
Zach.
Yeah, so Lawrence's dad says to Zach's dad, "Your son is very talented," and then he says back to him, "So is yours." So we know that they're very talented, and the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. Though the most shocking thing wasn't that they got called out for an encore, is that their leader, their teacher, did not go to jail for the rest of his life.
I would say, Dill, the only thing more shocking than that is that not only did he not go to prison, he was allowed to supervise a group of children otherwise unsupervised.
Hey, Kyle, where?
in his own music studio with only Ned Schneeble there besides him.
And Schneeble.
Now, who is Ned Schneeble? Is he a teacher so irresponsible that he allowed his best friend to impersonate him? Like, he doesn't come out smelling like roses there.
Ned Schneeble is going to be with them. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, like, Jesus.
The real villain here.
Yeah, he's the enabler.
Tough look for Ned Schneeble.
Tough.
And Dewey Finn.
Yeah.
And Dewey.
Yes.
Finn. Wow. Man,
And their
you got
criminal
Dewey
justice
all these
system.
names.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Great pick.
So that was number 8. Now, before we go to
one.
number 7, I assume we need to listen to a non-fictional band before we move on. Is that right?
Oh.
Wow.
What a great point you raised, Dylan. Bravo.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you. So we gotta cue some stanky beats, don't we?
Do it. You're the guest still.
All right. Cue that beat.
Just epic levels of stank. The stank has washed over me, starting at my balls. That's just stank.
He appreciated that incredible segue, Dill, and that was extra stanky today.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Absolutely. Yeah. So not top 3.
Booyah.
I actually have 4 on this list.
Whoa.
Nice work. Keeping with the tradition of not following the rules. I like it.
That's right. That's right.
You loose cannon cop.
True villain of the pod, Dill. Does not care about your rules.
That's right. That's
No.
right. That's the
He's not a part of your, he's not a part of your system.
No, he's not. I threw it on the ground.
The lesson is
So to do a not top 3 was kind of tough. I could have done top 3, not top 3, like the non-fictional bands, but it's like I didn't do that.
Rolling Stones, Beatles.
I did not do that. Van Halen would not be on that list.
Hey.
I actually did. This works for kind of 2 of these. I did bands that started off as fictional bands, but then became real bands.
Oh.
It works for 3 of these, actually.
I really like that.
Loosely. So I just call it number 4. This is the one band that actually is, never became a real band. It was No Vacancy, actually, was the band from School of Rock.
No Vacancy.
I put them on the not top 3 list.
Yep.
Because they were competing.
Great pick.
It's a great name for a band, though.
Yeah.
That is a good name.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
So really number 3 on the not top 3 list is Low Shoulder. Low Shoulder is the band from Jennifer's Body.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
They're
Raise your hand if you watched that movie thinking you were going to see, what's her name's boobs. Okay, that's 3 hands for those of you
3 of
playing
us.
at
That's
home.
3 out of 3.
3 out of 3,
100%.
that's 100%.
Yeah.
That's a good sample size.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can extrapolate.
Very representative of middle-class Catholic whites.
That's right. It was not a very good movie. They were not a very good band.
No.
They also possessed, or they didn't possess, but they led to the possession of, was it Megan Fox's body?
Megan Fox, yeah.
Yeah. So they're a real band in real life, or at least 2 of the members are. So that's also why they're not on the not top 3.
There you go.
Number 2 on the not top 3 is the Monkees.
The Monkees. What are they from?
Like the Monkees, the Monkees?
The Monkees. So they were originally a TV band. No, they're a fine band. Their hit song, I'm a Believer,
I like that.
of Shrek fame.
As made
What
famous
a great pick.
by Smash
This is a great selection.
That wasn't
for
even the
our
Monkees
parents.
on that list. I only know covers of bands older than 1990. All right. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people will know the Monkees. I'm going to keep on rolling here. They're originally a TV
like our
band.
parents will have definitely watched the cartoon.
That's right. But then they actually became an actual touring band afterwards. So, so yeah, the Monkees on the not top
Important
3.
facts, 2 E's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
The Monkees.
That's right. And then number 1 on my not top 3 list is Lustra.
Lustra?
Okay, Dylan, I wish I could screen cap my screen because literally the moment you said bands that are fake, real, whatever, I was like, Lustra. Lustra's the pick, 'cause Scotty doesn't know.
So wait.
Yes, Dylan, please tell the audience.
No,
Why do we all share this reference?
All three of us share this reference specifically because Lustra is a real band. Scotty Doesn't Know is a real song.
Yes,
but
it is.
Yes.
in the movie Euro Trip, it's Lustra playing that song Scotty Doesn't Know at the beginning of the movie, but it's not the lead singer of Lustra singing. It's Matt Damon.
It is not.
It is the
Matt
king of
fucking
cameos
Damon.
himself.
Dr. Mann, out of nowhere, is the lead singer in this movie.
So the Matt Damon version of Lustra is number one on the not top 3 list.
Yeah.
That band holds a very special place in our hearts.
Yeah, Kyle remembers his first beer.
I remember my first beer.
I remember your first beer.
We all remember Kyle's first beer. It was warm and gross.
It was a Keystone Light, I believe.
It was.
Ugh. And
Kind
drank
of
just the way a Keystone Light ought to be, slowly and at room temperature.
while watching a movie with your roommates. I was not set up to succeed.
No.
You were not. That Keystone was from friend of the pod, Alex's fridge, too. So
Yes. I want to make one quick note on Lustra. Lustra provided me with years of entertainment because my good friend Shane, when we were in middle school, he fake middle school dated our friend Jess. And I used to sing Shaney Doesn't Know to him all the time. And he didn't like it. But
you don't say.
It was sort of a cute little thing between us that he really wished I would stop doing.
That's adorable, Mike.
Yes, thank you.
You guys are good
I'm
friends.
very cute.
I'm very cute. Yeah, so Lustra rounds out the not top 3. Do you guys have anything that you can think of? It doesn't have to fit the once fictional.
So mine is not that. It's just like a shitty band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
Sure.
So, did you guys ever get into the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series?
Never did.
So Cam had those books, and it was one of those things where it's like, those are dumb, they're for kids. And then I voraciously devoured each of them and really liked them. So our protagonist Greg, his brother Roderick, has a band with his friends, and they are terrible. They're called Loaded Diaper, with an umlaut over the O and loaded. And
that's pretty good.
They've got a van where they keep all their shit, and it's got Loaded Diaper scribbled in spray paint on the side, and they suck. But if nothing else, just the fact that they have an umlaut in their name, they bear mentioning on this list.
One other bad. So I've got others that are bad good or good bad, but one that's definitely bad is I don't know what their band is called. I think it's just Dale and Brennan. But Dale and Brennan with their hit song Boats and Hoes.
Yep.
Which admittedly is an insanely catchy tune. I'm sure we could probably all sing the first 2, lines of it.
I gotta have Me by Boats and Hoes.
Gotta, do you in the bottom while you're sipping sangria, blah, blah, blah. Brennan, that's offensive. They're not great.
That's right.
Why?
No.
Why?
Which is funny.
So they're not great.
Clearly Brennan's not lacking in musical talent, though.
No, he sings opera
That
at the end
is
of
such a good point.
Right. So, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have other knots, or should we move on to back to Dill's original list?
No, I think we re-enter the regular list.
All right. What about number 7 then, Dill?
All right, number 7. So number 6 and number 7 I think can be interchangeable here, but number 7 is Mouse Rat.
Mouse Rat.
Beautiful.
Mouse Rat, formerly known as...
I've got my shirt in the closet.
I've got it right here. Formerly known as Scarecrow Boat, Punch Face Champion, Flames for Flames, the Andes, Foreskin, Three Skin, Angel Snack, Just the Tip, Jet Black Pope, Rad Wagon, Penis Pendulum, Possum Pendulum, Puppy Pendulum, to name a few.
He also wanted to
Ninja
rename
Dick.
them Fleetwood Mac for a little while.
That's right. Nothing rhymes with Blorange.
Everything rhymes with Blorange.
Everything rhymes with Blorange. That's right. So Mouse Rat.
Rat Mouse.
Rat Mouse.
Yep.
That's right. Their hit songs, The Pit and and 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
Yep. It's like Candle in the Wind, but 5,000 times better.
What's 5,000 times better than Candle in the Wind?
I think it's really important to point out that both of those songs become legitimate anthems for that show and play over like actual important moments as the show goes on. Both like within the lore of the town. Like they become Pawnee anthems and Parks and Rec TV show anthems. Actually really important to the show and really matters as the show goes on. Like in totally improbable fashion.
Yeah. I got nothing else.
We have a friend who, just to give you an idea of the impact of this song, we have a friend who for the last year or so was working on a substation as part of his job. And then he changed jobs and is leaving to go do something else. And on Instagram, as like a goodbye post, he just posted, "Bye-bye, little substation."
Oh my god.
Clearly a reference to this song. So just to give you a sense of how pervasive this is in our culture.
Engineering humor.
Uh-huh.
The Pit is just a banger. I love it.
It's
I
very
fell in the
angsty.
pit. You fell in the pit.
Yeah.
We all fell in the pit.
We all fell in the pit. And importantly, Mouse Rat is a far better band than Neutral Milk Hotel.
They really grew into their own. You're right. That's right.
Yes. Both commercially and artistically.
That's right.
Wow, nice reference.
Thank you. It's too bad Huey Lewis in the News isn't fictional.
I'm glad they're not.
Actually, Ben Rector created a fictional band, Huey Lewis and the Hues, and they just did Huey Lewis covers.
Are they? There's number one on Dill's list.
Nah, it should have been. I did not put it. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, so Mouse Rat's number 7.
Terrific pick.
So number 6,
Great work.
you could probably guess since I would have said that they're interchangeable. Number 6 is Scrantonicity
Yeah.
and Scrantonicity 2.
Not Scrantonicity.
Nothing like Scrantonicity. And their hit songs, Anything by the Police.
Yes, literally anything by the Police. And I think it's important for those of you out there who are not Police fans to know that every Police song sounds like another Police song.
It's true.
And I never realized it, but the Police also sound like Chris Isaak, because at that scene when Jim can't stop looking at Pam and then Pam goes home with Roy at Phyllis's wedding, they're playing Fields of Barley, I think is the name of the song by Chris Isaak. It's a beautiful song, but it is not the Police.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I never realized that. I thought they just played Police.
Yeah. Kevin's the drummer, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait a second. People, wait. I'm sorry. Interesting. That is a Sting song. I always thought that was Chris Isaak. It's not. It's Sting. So not the Police, but it is Sting.
Guess that explains why they sound so similar.
Mm-hmm. So
this Scrantonicity does not encompass when Daryl and them make that awesome jingle for the Dunder Mifflin commercial, right? That's a completely separate.
Dunder Mifflin. People, persons, paper, people.
Yeah, I think that's a completely different groove.
Gotcha.
And not when they do like that skiffle band with Robert California and all them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He invites his band buddies, and he's like drumming his body, playing the body drum.
Mm-hmm.
Does Scrantonicity play at any meaningful events in the Office universe besides they play at Phyllis's wedding, right?
That's right. I think they play it one more.
I feel like they play the Dundies one year. Is that true?
That might have been Scrantonicity 2, actually.
It's entirely
I'm looking
possible.
here. Makes Casino Night?
Oh, yeah. In the warehouse. That's right.
That's all I'm seeing here. Branch Wars. Let's get supposed to Finer Things Club. Oh, that's not actually Pierce. That's what Andy's saying, that his goal is to get into the Finer Things Club. The party planning committee is his backup, and the band is his safety.
That counts.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 6.
Brilliant pick.
Fantastic pick. Like, actually a good band. I quite enjoy Kevin's voice.
Yeah, that's why they're a little bit higher on this list. Not sure if you think they're better than Mouse Rat?
I think in their respective universes, I would say that Mouse Rat attained more notoriety than Scrantonicity, but in terms of pure musical talent, you could actually argue that Scrantonicity is a superior band. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Especially because we're not allowed to take into account how talented Chris Pratt is as an actual musician.
Yes.
We have to only go on Andy, and Andy's too obsessed with 90s like soft rock to, account for the fact that Chris Pratt's actually a good rapper and other stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Okay, we can talk about it more in the ranking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 5. Number 5 is The Wonders.
Oh my God, Dill.
With their hit song, That Thing You Do.
I'm so happy that you put The Wonders on this list.
I think Wife of the Pod Allegiance will be very happy too.
Oh, she's gonna love this. So, for those of you who do not know, probably most of you, there's this great little film called That Thing You Do. It's one of Tom Hanks's early works. Liv Tyler is in it. Steve Zahn. Yeah, I always mix him up with Greg Zahn, former Toronto Blue Jays catcher. But
as you do.
As you do. But it's about this band called The Wonders, who cheekily are called such because they are one-hit wonders. They
Actually, spelled Oneders.
which is played for laughs because everyone thinks they're called the Oneaters. Goes, hey, where are those? Are you guys the Oneaters? And Zahn goes, hey, that's the Onetters. They're an actually amazing band in this universe because their song goes to number 1 and they become at least nationwide, if not worldwide, phenomenons. And the song, they did such a good job with the song because it's actually genuinely very catchy. Have you seen this movie, Mike?
No, I'm familiar with it, and I'm familiar with Allegius's love of this movie. I want to just note, because I'm doing a little research here, the internet is telling me that this was both written and directed by Tom Hanks.
I did not know that, but
he acted in it too.
Yep, he's Mr. White.
Mr. White, that's right.
I read somewhere that Tom Hanks said that this is the only movie of his that he'll go back and watch just because he likes it so much.
Wow.
Do you have a spare 90 minutes? This is a really good movie.
It's not very long.
No.
Yeah.
It feels like one Caroline would like too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. The first time I saw this movie was when we were abroad and that TV and that Airbnb, and we couldn't get it to fully work, so we watched the entire thing in black and white.
Yep.
Wow. Which is very fancy, you guys.
Which honestly was great because it's set in the 50s, 60s, just right around the same time as the Beatles and that whole kind of scene was on. So it was actually quite appropriate. I'm just so happy that you put them on this list, though. I love the Oneaters.
The Oneaters. Yeah, they're just a great band. It's a catchy song. Mike, you gotta watch that movie. It's fantastic.
Okay. Totally sold on it.
Yeah, so that's number 5. Number 4, a little lesser known band, but kind of close to my heart, I guess. Number 4 is the Weird Sisters.
So the Weird Sisters were one of the first 2 or 3 bands I wrote on here.
Okay.
And we will be having a discussion about another fictional artist from this world, but the Weird Sisters are fantastic.
And their hit song, Do the Hippogriff.
Yeah, you want to do the Hippogriff. It's very important to get down like a crazy elf or whatever you're supposed to do. I got a question for you guys. Yeah, spin around like a crazy elf. Did you think that the visual in the movie was what you were expecting? Because I'll say it right off the top, it was not what I was picturing.
It wasn't what I was picturing either.
What movie? Are they in Goblet of Fire for the Yule Ball?
Yeah, for the Yule Ball.
I don't remember what they looked like in the movie.
They kind of look like a really drugged out Zeppelin. Like they're wearing fur vests and stuff.
I gotta admit, I was always thinking they would kind of look like the sisters from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, interesting.
That's scary.
Those are just 3.
Those are weird sisters.
Yeah, this is odd. I didn't realize that they were men.
Yeah, that's them.
Oh.
I thought they were going to be girls.
I thought they were going to be ghosts too, actually.
I was picturing like Heart, like a classic like ladies rock band.
Well, that's not what this is.
It doesn't look like a band that would sing Do the Hippogriff.
No. They seem like a band that would sing like Dementor's Plight, or it's like they look like an emo band.
They do seem a little emo.
Dementor's Plight.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but still a great pick, regardless of how they were portrayed in the film.
And unquestionably the biggest musical act in, at the very least, the British magical world. Like, there's no question they're the biggest musical act in that world.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you mentioned the other act in that world. I cannot remember their name, but I now...
Celestina Warbeck is who we're thinking
right.
of. She's looking to brew a mug of hot... What is it? A hot love?
Cauldron full of
Full of hot love.
Hot love. Yeah, that's right.
Which is
Molly Weasley's favorite tune.
And if you listen to the lyrics, clearly a reference to sexually pleasuring somebody, a female.
Yes. It certainly is a hot...
It's
a cauldron full of hot, strong love. It's not Fleur's favorite.
No.
It's, there's an implication that there's a very strong, sort of familiar human smell to that cauldron. Rooney!
What was the band that Sirius Black was mistaken to be the lead singer of?
Wasn't he supposed to be in the Weird Sisters?
Was it the Weird Sisters?
Lead singer.
The lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But did you know, as reported by the Quibbler, or is he?
That's right. I forgot it was the Weird Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the Weird Sisters number 4.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Stubby Boardman.
Stubby Boardman, that's right.
From deep behind the arc.
Yeah. Wait, I'm Googling. Wait. Stubby Boardman is the lead singer of the Hobgoblins.
Oh.
So we're being very imprecise here. We're gonna get in trouble with Quinn.
Yeah.
So Stubby Boardman is the lead singer of the Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
I'm going to put them on our honorables list.
Yeah.
Or is he? What were your honorables, Dill?
Yeah, so we can move right to the honorable mentions. I've got a few here. One was the SpongeBob band
from the Bubble Bowl. Basically, Squidward's marching band.
Squidward's marching band.
Yeah. Just one great performance, but it was an epic performance.
Oh yeah, stands the test of time.
And more relevant than you know, because this past weekend we recorded the SpongePod Squarecast with Ian. So back-to-back episodes with a reference to this marching band.
All right.
Yeah, and likely back-to-back pods with reference to the sexual crimes committed by Dewey in School of Rock.
Never forget.
Never forget. Nope.
Also, I've got, mostly because I haven't watched all of these films yet, it's Figure and Dan and the Modal Nodes. They sing the Mose Eisley Cantina song in Star Wars.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
Just the Cantina band.
Dylan,
the Cantina band.
This is what the kids call fan service. You are performing fan service on us. You have just helped to add a sprig of... You've put some powdered bicorn horn into my cauldron full of hot, strong love. A little boom slang skin in there.
Now we're getting close to Mike's bedtime here, so I had to do something.
Unbelievable. I'm truly stunned that you put the Cantina band on your list, and I fucking love it. Thank you, Dylan.
I thought you were going to give me a hard time.
That was on my list, and I'm glad it's on yours.
I thought you were going to give me a hard time for not putting it on the actual list, so I'm glad it made it in here.
Play that same song.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got the Blues Brothers.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
The hit song Soul Man.
I'm a soul man.
They might have became like
song.
I don't think they ever became a touring band, but they did perform a bit on like SNL. But that's still fictional.
That's true.
I've also got the Beats from Doug, the cartoon.
Oh my god.
With their
A staple of the 90s genre was like, friends have to have a band.
Yeah, with their hit song Killer Tofu.
Leave it to Dill to reference Doug.
Man, I love that. Yeah. I love that show growing up.
Yeah.
It is a great show.
Pork Chop, such a cute dog.
It's a good representation of Dylan's young sort of morality in that the villain is always wearing a leather jacket. he's always some 50s tough wearing a leather jacket.
Hey, that got me through my freshman year at college. I knew who to hang out with.
Wavy orange hair and green skin. Stay away from those types.
Stay away from guys like that.
You'll never go wrong.
That's right. I've also got Limousine from Homestar Runner.
Oh my lord.
Jeez.
How's that spelled?
It's Limozeen. I have no idea what they sing. I just vaguely remembered them and had to Google the name. I've also got Autobahn from The Big Lebowski, the Nihilists.
Oh my god! They don't care about anything.
They don't care about anything. I don't think they actually came out with any songs.
Must be exhausting.
And then the last one I have here is actually the inspiration for this list. They're not actually a band, but they are performing acts to music from a show that we all love, Blackadder. And the performing show is the Jumping Jews of Jerusalem.
Am I supposed to book the Jumping Jews of Jerusalem?
What do they do?
They jump.
Blackadder's a great show for anyone who's not watched it.
Watch it. For the love of God, watch it.
Not anti-Semitic, as it might seem.
It's not, actually. It's not.
No.
But yeah, I was, for whatever reason, I was thinking of them the other day, and I was like, I gotta make a list. Oddly enough, there are not too many similar performing acts, so I just stretched it to bands.
Wow. What a pick.
Yeah, so that's my honorable mention.
I'm sorry, you go, Kyle.
We haven't even heard your top three, and I'm so glad that you made this list, because this is an incredible array of bands that you have chosen. Please continue, Mike.
I want to pick one that's illegal, but Dylan, you sort of touched on this possibility with the Blues Brothers, which is like sort of real, sort of not real. One is the Dan Band, which is a real band. It's Dan Finnerty, who is like a comedian slash musician who appears in Starsky and Hutch. So he's in Starsky and Hutch. He's in The Hangover and School of Rock. And he sings insanely inappropriate songs at really bad inappropriate occasions. So he sings Candy Shop at
I know what you're talking about. That's right.
Is this ringing a bell at all for you, Kyle?
I don't know this one.
So this is a real band, and this guy like gets booked at parties in Hollywood, but he's also just like a doofus who appears in movies, and he sings a really slowed down, disgusting version of Candy Shop at the end of The Hangover. He sings some really sexual 70s song at a bat mitzvah in Starsky and Hutch. And I forget what he sings during Old School, but it's like a real / fake band.
The Dan Band.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that was it. It's like the reverse of Dylan's not top three. A real band that's like kind of in movies.
Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Lustra almost.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of honorables, but if it's cool with you, I'll wait until after you've done your top three. Because I suspect that one or two of these might actually make the top of the list.
I can almost guarantee one of them is on this, which might not be the same one you're thinking of, but we'll see. All right, so number 3. This one, I wasn't exactly sure if they became a real band or not, but they're so heavily a fictional band, Spinal Tap.
Mm-hmm.
So I've not seen Spinal Tap. Their hit song is Big Bottom. I've not seen Spinal Tap, but I've just heard so many great things about the movie from fans of it, and it's the only band on this list that turns it up to 11. So
the other bands on this list top out at 8 or 9.
At 8 or 9, that's right. So, yeah, I don't know much about Spinal Tap. I just know that they're kind of an important fictional band. Maybe they moved down this list, but I have them up there at 3.
I feel like, have you seen Spinal Tap, Mike?
No, but I'm aware of its importance, and I would say that from the neutral observer, this is probably the most famous fictional band of all time.
It seems that way, and yet none of us have seen it, so we're in an interesting position here. But
yeah, that's why they're so high.
A little bit of it is generational.
Yeah, certainly. I think we were a few years late on this one, but I feel like
it's directed by Rob Reiner, aka Jessica Day's father, and it stars Jimmy McGill's brother.
Really? Oh, Chuck?
Huh.
Yeah, Chuck is in it.
He's also sneakily the state trooper in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles when they get pulled over after the car fire.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think it's weird. I think like people that don't even know what Spinal Tap is have heard of Spinal Tap. Like it's like that famous that people just kind of generally vaguely know of it, even if they don't know what it is. So definitely belongs in the top 3. Depending on how your last 2 shake out, we can talk more.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, number 2. I assume this is one that you were thinking of. Number 2 is the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yes, sirree.
with their hit song, Man of Constant Sorrow.
I'm a Dapper Dan man myself.
My pomade. Yeah, so Soggy Bottom Boys from the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? They are, basically just literally a ragtag band put together they're trying to get out of prison. Is that right?
They're on the run and they need they go to a radio, they like stumble upon a radio station and parlay it into being able to ride around the country or something. Besides being an incredible fictional band, this is an amazing actual song, as is the entirety of the soundtrack for this film. If you've not listened to it, first of all, if you haven't seen the movie, go see it.
Yeah.
We thought she was a toad. We actually all watched this movie together for the first time at Mike's house.
At Mike's house, that's right.
Yeah.
We did indeed.
Yeah. What a treat that was.
It was.
But
this is interesting. So, Man of Constant Sorrow is apparently a real song.
Oh.
And has been covered by a number of artists, including Bob Dylan.
Whoa.
Huh.
I can see that.
Yeah. Very interesting. Rod Stewart covered this. Waylon Jennings.
Whoa.
Who sang the
Holy
original?
shit.
It wasn't the Soggy Bottom Boys. Who sang the original song?
So it says it was originally published in a songbook by Dick Burnett in 1913, with an early version recorded by Emery Arthur in 1928.
Whoa. That's old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joan Baez too? Holy shit, this is a crazy list.
I can't even remember how that song goes.
I don't want to do it here, but
I can picture them dancing
listen
in
to it
the
later.
recording studio.
Yes, that I can see. Yeah, so number 2 is the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah, what a pick. That's a fantastic pick.
So we saw the movie and then I just like didn't listen to the album, and then friend of the pod, Cody, it came up and he said, listen to that song next time you're on a long ride or road tripping. That's like his friend group's go-to like road trip album. And I highly recommend it for that purpose.
All right.
Yeah. So there's that.
All right. And then, so number one on this list, it's from a movie that I think all of us have seen. Number 1 is Otis Day and the Knights.
Oh.
From Animal House. And their hit songs, not really their song, Shout, their performance of Shout, and then Shamalama Ding Dong.
Oh, so good.
Which
So
is the song
I
that's...
did not know that this was a fictional band until 3 seconds ago.
I think they're fictional. I don't
No,
think
you're
they're-
right. The
Okay.
internet is totally backing you up. I just didn't know that.
Yeah. They have 2 big performances in that movie. One at the frat party, which obviously I know much about.
Yep.
Where they sing Shout at the toga party, and then Shamalama Ding Dong at the bar, where you have the Do You Mind If We Dance With Your Date scene. I don't know. They're just high energy. They have a wide range of fans. The kids love them.
They sure
The
do.
more mature people out there love them. The rough and tumble like biker bar, they all love them.
Yeah. Crossover racial appeal at a time when that was not big.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a really
you
good
didn't
point.
have a lot of black bars where people were enjoying Elvis Presley, and you didn't have a lot of white bars where people were enjoying jazz, and Otis Day and the Knights was able to do a little bit of both.
That's right.
Yeah, it seems like their fan base was all kinds of folks.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now every time you hear Shout anywhere, at any sort of party, that dance from that movie is done pretty much universally.
It's true.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, if you haven't seen it, Otis Day and the Knights are in Animal House.
Yeah,
So, in case you're
Yes.
wondering.
that's right. So yeah, I think, it's a fairly well-known movie. I think they're a pretty good band. We can talk about this. We can move these things around. There are a lot of other good options here. But yeah,
No, that's number 1.
Yeah, that feels right.
that's my list. So you have any other ones that I've left off?
Dylan, you got almost all of them. I only have a few here. One is The Messengers, which is the like weird jazz fusion band that Sebastian joins in La La Land. Have you seen La La Land?
I've not. No.
You
I
gotta see it.
I need to. I know.
Great pick.
But
Great. What do they call? What's the band called again?
The Messengers, and they have an actual banger of a song because it's John Legend in the movie. It's
Oh my
really-
god, that was such a great song.
Yeah, the
Like,
song is
really
called,
good.
it's really good. It's called Light a Fire. I highly recommend it.
It's
And the
supposed to be
movie.
depressing, though.
Yeah, you're supposed to be bummed out that this guy has given up his dream of playing pure classical jazz to be in this John Legend-led techno fusion jazz band.
Yeah.
But in a vacuum, it's just a banger, and they're a great band.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I have Drive Shaft. Drive Shaft is the fictional band that Charlie Pace leads in Lost. Neither of you guys watched Lost, right?
No.
So he's a goddamn rock star, and Drive Shaft has one big hit called "You All Everybody," and it leads to a raucous rock and roll career for Charlie before he crash lands on the island. And they're a stellar band for all you Losties out there. You had these ones. Wayne and Garth, do they count?
Oh,
I think so.
From Wayne's World? I think they probably count. Tenacious D from Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. I don't know if they count because they're actually a band, like Jack Black and
I don't
Kyle.
know if they're like a weird. They might not count because there might be too real.
Yeah. Oh, and this is a deep one that I wouldn't have remembered except for the fact that we just named our recreational soccer team after them. This is the Kenosha Kickers, the John Candy-led polka band in Home Alone.
Wow.
Yep. So that is a deep reference. But I think amongst fictional polka bands, they've got to be up there.
Oh, yeah.
Top five
In
for
terms
sure.
of fictional poker bands, yeah. Yeah.
Polka Polka, Kiss Me Polka. No, not ringing any bells.
That could be our next top 10. Top 10 fictional polka bands.
So that's all I had. Mike, what do you think? Are we serious about adding anything to this list? I feel like
Yeah, Mike, do
I've
you
got
have
a
any?
couple.
Oh,
I've got
sorry.
a couple that I'm pretty serious about. Like
Okay.
a couple that I'm very serious about. So first one is Protozoa from Xenon, the singer of Supernova Girl. Protozoa has the frosted tips, like classic frosted tips. I would consider Protozoa like a strong number 11 because that's a fantastic musical act. Like so important that they go to space,
that's true.
which is pretty big. One that I think deserves real consideration is Stillwater from Almost Famous. So
That's a good one.
Stillwater is the band that the oh shit, I'm forgetting his name right now. The Cameron Crowe character follows around in that whole movie, and it's Billy Crudup is the lead singer, and it's basically supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be Lynyrd Skynyrd. So the fact that it's maybe too heavily influenced by a real band could be tough, but it's like the Allman Brothers or Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yep.
But that's a really famous movie with a great fictional band.
Yep.
Another one that's possibly too inspired by a real band / musical artist is Dewey Cox from Walk Hard, which is Johnny Cash, basically.
Yeah.
That was a great movie and a very enjoyable musical act. Two people who we might have to consider separately that we missed that are incredible are Jackson Maine and Allie Maine from Star is Born. Probably the best song of like 2018 is Deep End or Shallow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from that movie. It's written by Lady Gaga as Allie Maine. And the Jackson Maine music in that movie is not just all crap. It's actually really good.
I still haven't
So
seen that movie
Same.
somehow.
Yeah, that we can't do this list without one or both of them being on this list. I think
Okay.
I think it probably makes the most sense to cheat a little bit and put them together,
Yeah.
but they should definitely be on this. Also, Bad Blake. Like, actually, now that I think about this, Bad Blake from Crazy Heart has to be strongly considered for this list. Because that's Jeff Bridges. It's all T-Bone Burnett music with Jeff Bridges performing as Bad Blake in the movie Crazy Heart. And that music is fantastic. I can listen to that whole album without any movie sort of prompting. Just listen to it. It's really good.
I have not seen Crazy Heart.
Me neither.
Like, you've definitely gone down that, like, actually amazing bands from movies about music.
Yeah. So I think Protozoa should get a really strong honorable mention. And I think Stillwater probably should too, because their music isn't super notable. It's just like a great fictional band. Like their band story and everything is great. Mm-hmm. But I think Jackson / Allie Maine and Bad Blake should be on the list. And I think Jackson/Allie should be very close to the top of this list.
In that case, where do you see opportunity to remove people from our current list of 10?
Ooh, this is tough because I do love the back end of this list.
Very much so.
I feel like we might have to pull Dr. Funke's solution, whatever, off the
Dr.
list.
Funke's 100% natural good time family band solution.
Yes, simply because it's not actually a good band.
Probably. It's just fun to say.
Yes.
So that's one, and then the other would probably be... I feel like we'd probably have to pull one of Mouse Rat or Scrantonicity, and I'm inclined to say Scrantonicity.
I cannot pull Mouse Rat off this list.
No,
Right,
no
that's what
way.
I'm saying. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. They're a little bit duplicative, and Mouse Rat is better.
Yeah.
Does Scrantonicity have any original content, or are they strictly a cover or police cover band?
I think they just do covers.
I think we could use that technicality to our advantage to make room on this list if you both were interested in doing that. Because I think everybody else on this list...
Is Shamalama Ding Dong an original song?
Yes, it appears to be, from what the internet's telling me.
Oh, okay, good.
So there you have it.
Shamalama ding dong. So I would be comfortable slotting Bad Blake in at 9, where we vacated for Dr. Funke. And then I'd probably want to put Allie and Jackson at number 4.
Above the Weird... I think it's probably fair to put them over the Weird Sisters and the Oneaters.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Do you guys think... we're in such a weird position because I don't want to put Spinal Tap at number 1 because none of us know anything about it. But it also feels... I don't know, maybe 3 is the right compromise, like, because of its general fame.
I think it is. I also, just from, again, like my very surface level knowledge of this, I don't know if Spinal Tap is supposed to be a great band.
Well,
like, I know they're supposed to be vain assholes who have this documentary about them that's, like, really stupid, but I don't know if they're actually supposed to be good in the logic of that film.
I don't either. I say we just leave it at 3. In which case, I like your top 3, Dill. I think we just leave it that way.
Yeah.
And then we go Jackson and Allie Main.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like Main, like M-A-I, M-A-Y? Do we know?
M-A-I-N, I believe.
Oh. With no E. Okay. Alright. And then, so that would put the Weird Sisters at 4 and
5.
Oh, you're right, at 5. And then the Oneaters at 6. How does that feel, generally, to us all?
That feels pretty good. I think we pulled off the right 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think these other 2 slot in at the right spots.
Also, Maine does have an E at the end.
For our records, then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then it seems that what we've done in just over an hour, somehow, is compiled a list from 10 to 1 of the greatest fictional bands of all time. This is amazing, Dill. This is like just an all-timer of a list you've put together here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Would you like to repeat
this
it
was
for
so
us?
great in its conception and its execution. Just brilliant work from you, Dill Pickles.
Yeah,
amazing.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I could recap start from 10.
I think that's the way to do it.
All right, number
That's
10.
the way to do it, man.
Number 10, Jesse and the Rippers with their hit song "April Girls." Number 9, Bad Blake. Crazy Heart's the movie, though.
From Crazy Heart.
From Crazy Heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
School of Rock, their song "Teacher's Pet." Mouse Rat with their songs "The Pit" and "5,000 Candles in the Wind." The Oneaters, or the Wonders, with their song "That Thing You Do." Then you got the Weird Sisters at number 5 with "Do the Hippogriff." Number 4 is Jackson and Allie Main.
Shallow.
With "Shallow," that's right. Number 3 is Spinal Tap with "Big Bottom." Number 2 is the Soggy Bottom Boys with their hit song "Man of Constant Sorrow." And number 1 is Otis Day and the Knights with their songs "Shout" and "Shamalama Ding Dong."
Shamalama ding dong.
That's pretty good, Mike.
Yeah, that's
Thank
really
you.
good, Mike.
Thanks, guys. That was my one. That's it. It's because I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I'm actually, it's overridden by lack of rhythm.
Yeah, Mike's been asleep for 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's been great. About the same amount of time as I was for Derek's pod.
Yep. Sorry, Derek.
Shouts to you, Derek. You're our favorite. I just was tired.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Dill. I think probably even your most ardent haters cannot deny that this was a truly brilliantly crafted list. And hopefully you've redeemed yourself in their eyes a little bit today.
Yeah, we'll see.
I sure hope so. And I think it's important for the listeners to know that Dylan is just utterly glowing. He has added about, 3 ounces or so to the left ring finger.
That's about right.
Something like that. He is got a little bit of a Mediterranean tan. He has been just glowing, and it shows. I'm blown away that you're able to produce this list, at least in part, while honeymooning.
Yep. Oh,
Honey, go get us a
there.
cappuccino. I gotta do the fucking list.
Yeah, scenes from Italy.
Wonderbar. Well, before we depart, I would like to say, if while you were listening you found yourself enjoying our theme music or the Not Top 3 music, you have Kevin MacLeod to thank for that. He is a genius.
Sure is.
And not fictional.
No,
Again,
that's why
not
he did
fictional.
not make the list. He's a real person with real talent.
That's right.
And that's why we mention him every episode.
Yep. Speaking of real talent with real people, as you all know, Erin Sant put together our artwork. If you're interested in seeing more of her artistic stylings, you could do so on Instagram at Sant Design.
That's true. And if you're interested in our lovely social media work, sans our Medium Twitter, you check out the wonderful stylings of the lovely Caroline Labranti. She is operating our Instagram, our Facebook. Kyle and I pick up most of the slack on the old email, but all those things can be found at Top 10 KM with the 10 spelled out TEN. If you want to send us an email, suggest some stuff, tell us you want to be on the pod, it's top10km@gmail.com. You're probably listening to us on some sort of podcast app, but if you want another one, you can check us out on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcast app, Podbean, pretty much wherever podcasts can be found. Those are the things that I would say this evening.
Excellent. Good work, boys. It's good to have the three Megops together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Captain's Corner Unite.
Booyah!
The patch.
The patch.
The patch is batch.
All right, bud. Get some shut-eye. I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Signing off. Night, boys.
Arrivederci.
Peace.